Now, you see here, folks, this recording, unfortunately I was unable to capture any audio of the actual event, which happened earlier today. I wish I could have, but sadly my microphone was not working at the time. Now, just one word of warning. What you'll see here, some viewers may find disturbing or graphic. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, we see here the French tank, known as the ARL-44, driven by Speed Chaser, going to cross the bridge at Tunisia. As you can see, he comes up to the bridge with the line of other tanks. The others seem to cross it just fine without particular issue. You see the bridge break there. We've never seen this happen before. None of this has ever been recorded on film. He goes to cross it without realizing what had happened. And as you can see, he gets stuck. It's a tragic event, really. If he were just any shorter, he would have fallen straight down into the bottom of the pit. But you see, the American tanker over here, in the camouflage of Fury, coming up in his M4 Sherman, trying to cross the section of bridge that had not yet failed. Goes to cross it, but it is at this moment that something bad happens. It breaks, but with him being so much shorter, as you can see, he falls straight down into the cavern and lands upside down in the water. He is concerned that he might die. He is genuinely concerned that he may die due to drowning, due to his hatch being underwater, but that does not happen. Up here we see the events up here. The Sherman we will come back to. We will come back to him eventually. We'll focus on this British tanker for a moment. As you can see, he starts to realize what had happened. He backs up, trying to help his friend. But, the unfortunate thing is, with how wedged he is into the gap, and with the Centurion not having enough horsepower and weight, he gets stuck. This continues on for a few more minutes, but we must return to this. As you can see, this T-34 over here, this man, with the sparklers coming off of his engine deck, is coming up to help the Allied M4A3 with the precariously positioned ARL-44 above him. He is one brave man for doing this. He helps to try and flip over the Sherman. He starts trying to flip him, but he's just too precariously put in the water. He backs up, trying to pull, and nearly successfully, flips him over. Now, you can see the American spinning his tracks, trying to find traction, but it does not quite happen. With a little bit of ramming and pulling, he is able to rock him into a position where he can easily grab the top track and pull, flipping him over. Now, let's just quickly return to what is happening with the French. As you can see, the Centurion Mark I is starting to mount the French tank. This has never been a mating ritual ever recorded on video. As you can see, it works in shoving down the French tank, which lands upon the American tank. As you can see here, the American tanker has become very worried for his safety. As you can see, he's even popped himself inside of his hatch. But the French tank lands upon the Sherman, but due to its weight, falls downwards. But here, the Centurion, he has fallen upside down. He's falling, and he lands on top of both the RL and the M4, and is flipped upside down. At this moment, you cannot hear it, but the American tank commander here, realizing what has happened, is laughing so hard, he nearly wets himself. But unfortunately, you cannot hear it. I was unable to capture any live audio of the conversation happening between these three tankers. I wish I was. To put it in the words of the American tank commander after this, Funniest shit he's ever seen since another man turned himself into a pickle. Funniest shit he's ever seen. As you can imagine, by turning oneself into a pickle. Now, as you can see, the ARL trying to help with his ally. The T-34 here, not knowing what has gone on, just being a certified mad lad and helping. The American tanker not sure what to do, nearly wetting himself laughing this entire time. It was an incredible event. They pushed the Centurion, trying to flip him over, but it is not of particular use. He is just too badly flipped. The American tanker is trying to return and get himself a better position in which to help from. Let us see what his view is. As you can see, he is trying to assess the situation. Get behind, maybe pull him from the track, but it is of no use. The T-34, not being aware of what has happened, is backing into the inform. As you can see, this is a precarious event, but due to some expert pulling and pushing in the right spots, they're starting to move the Centurion. The American tanker rams him into a wall. Latches on from the bottom, I do believe. I cannot see the hook. Latches on in an expert move. Pulls him over. Pulls him. The T-34 latches onto the top and pulls him over, thus saving the British tanker. Sadly, there is not much more to this recording. Shortly after the events that take place here, unfortunately the American tanker loses its life to a Koenigsegger. I did not catch what happened to the poor ARL-44 or the Centurion Mark 1. It was an absolutely horrendous event. But as you can see, they have survived another day. That is all.